Security Act, Cybersecurity Prohibition and Prevention, Cybercrime Prohibition and Prevention Act of 2015 was passed in 2015 with an amendment sometime last year. It includes some provisions which ordinary average Joes like you and I need to be aware of, but which we don't pay attention to. First of all, in this write-up, I tried to draw a parallel between some of the crimes that we already know about and their cyber transformation. That is the E version of the offenses that were already, for instance, breaking and entering, section 411 and to 417 of the criminal code. That is the ancestor of hacking, this hacking now. Breaking and entering, you break and enter a physical home. But hacking, you break and enter a computer system. It's exactly the same thing, but this one is done on the E, okay? The crime of impersonation, you know, you go somewhere and say, my name is Sophie, meanwhile your name is Elizabeth, huh? And they give you Sophie's check, and you go and cash it, and maybe make her items. This impersonation, there is identity theft right now also, that you can take, just like in the example I gave, you can assume somebody's identity online and begin to do things as though you were them. There's also the interposition. It's not covered in this act, but you find it mostly on social media, you know. I know that this is a very important lady, maybe a former governor of, what's your state? Okay, former governor of Imo State, former governor of Imo State, and I know that people listen to her. And then I want to say things. I want to say that Father Alex is a very lazy priest. Is very. I will now say it was Pauline that said it, and I'll put her picture. I've interposed the profile and image of somebody on my story. Even inside, when you read inside the story, you may hear that it was me who said it all. But for the story to go viral and to get all the likes and dislikes and what have you, and get a lot of money from whoever, I have to put her name. You know, that also is not covered in detail, but if we are to prosecute it, we know how to, you know, round it about, because you can now go back to the ordinary crime of impersonation. Instead of now saying because it was done on the internet, you must look for how you can prosecute it under this act. You can go back to your old criminal code and just do it with impersonation. It's also easy to see that publication of obscene material, which is in section 233G1 of the criminal code, is the ancestor of cyber pornography and a few other, also child pornography under this act, you know. Also, many times when we commit these crimes, we don't even know. You see some of these ladies that will come and post something and doing like this, they are committing this offense. They don't know it. And because nobody is prosecuting it, the thing goes on, you know. There are things that you will be doing picture like this and all that. You may be liable to as much as 7 years if this act is properly put into use. Okay, some provisions that might affect you directly and which I think we might each be a bit interested in. Section 14.1 of this act, this 2015 act, prescribes imprisonment of not less than 3 years on a fine of not less than 7 million, or both such fine and imprisonment for causing computer-related fraud or any loss of property to, or causing computer-related fraud, or for causing any loss of property to another person. So whatever you do on the internet, whatever you do with your computer, whatever you do with your phone, whatever you do with any gadget, if it causes loss of property to any person, if it can be proved that what you did, what you posted, a story that you posted knowing that it is false and so on, if it causes loss to any person. You can have 7 million fine, 3 years or more imprisonment, and we take these things for granted. In fact, the guy in my town, his guy name is Ngakweche. That is, a prison term is waiting for him because he's always very highly likely to commit a crime. You know, he has been to ATM and back, he has been to whatever. There's a jail term waiting for him. That is what is probably the suitable guy name for many people that are in this room. Because the things that we do on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and if this act, 2015 Cybersecurity Act, should be implemented, we will not be in this room now. We'll be maybe in the meeting room for lawyers in Kirikiri, maybe the medium one to start with. Up to 7 years jail term, section 14(4), for manipulating a computer or other electronic payment device to short pay or overpay workers. A lot of civil servants do this all the time. Short pay, overpay, pay ghost workers. The person who does the entry into the system, this is his jail term. 7 years for refund or refund of produce of any employee of financial institution who connect with others to perpetrate fraud using computer systems or network when they take money from your account without you authorizing it. You know, like the man who accused First Bank of taking 500 million. This is, I will tell them when they share it on our platform, ask this guy to come up with me. But this act is here. It has all these things that none of us, even something like this cyber stalking that I mentioned in the old days. You know, if you like a girl, you go and stand near their house, and and then find out the time they go for lesson and following her up and down. Say, informer, if I'm talking to my informer, why not a fine boy informer? That's stalking. Stalking. Cyber stalking now is to anywhere you see her post something, you go there and like it, comment on it. The one they say they slide into my DM, that is cyber stalking. If it can be shown the frequency and the intensity of this adverse behavior, of which you have been told that it is not accepted, if the frequency and the intensity can be shown to be enough to irritate a person, you can go to prison just for cyber stalking, just for liking a girl.